Hello Porsche files and 1/64 scale Porsche collectors. Today we have a Kyosho of a almost famous car. Almost famous. It says number 21, so this car never finished the race. But if you look at these photos, we have the number 22 car, and this car came in second place at the 1974 24 Hours of LeMans, or LeMans if you want to pronounce it incorrectly like I do. And it's the Porsche 911 RSR Turbo of a 2.14 liter capacity, and it had to have such a small capacity because the thing was turbocharged. The thing would make like, well, it doesn't say here, but it made 450 to 500 horsepower. If you look at this card here, you actually, you want that one. But I've never seen it for sale. You really don't even see these two for sale all too often. It'll be interesting to see if anyone comes back and does this casting again. I don't know why you would want this plain one. Alright, well anyways, this is a Kyosho. It comes in a blister pack and it's going to be screwed to this base. So one screw is holding this thing down. There's no sensitive parts on these blister pack Kyoshos. The crystal box ones might have antennae and stuff like that, but not these guys. To my knowledge, to my experience as well. Alright, so in the good old real world, only 4 of these cars were made, and one of them auctioned for over $3 million, but that was a while back. This thing had a fiberglass body. This is obviously not a standard 911. There was some tube framing as well to support the engine and suspension. With these giant flares, look how wide that thing is. This thing was rolling on 10.5 inch wide front tires, front wheels, and 17 inch wide rear wheels, which is why those fender flares are so crazy. You'll see this is just all exposed on the car, and Kyosho did a moderate job of getting that as well. Supposedly the internet is saying this is the first turbocharged car to actually run at the 24 Hours of LeMans. And then the car that actually came in second place didn't even have 5th gear. it was only running 4 speeds, and it still came in second place. And these particular cars were grouped in with the prototype race cars. The car that actually won the race in '74 was called a Matra Simca, a relatively ugly looking car. Alright, that's it for all I have read on the internet. I read a couple different articles, so hopefully some of that's right. Let me get this better light angle here. Alright, so these black wheels, well, they look alright. They look kind of like those photographs, except maybe the center could be white or something like that. And then you have nice rounded tires that Kyosho does, running slicks of course. And then this thing has a plastic base, but at least it tells you what scale it is, what the car is, and then who made it, so that's good. And then Kyosho's, yeah, they all roll for you Hot Wheels fans. And let's see here. And the nice thing about Kyosho is almost all of them have tampo printing, no decal stuff. This is all paint. And so this model is probably at least 10 years old if I had to guess. And yeah, it still looks pretty good. Alright. Oh, sorry. My camera's so low I'm always knocking it around. But it has to be, because if it was too high I couldn't see through past it. Anyways, the door handle here sticking out is painted black. You can see the crispness of the tampo printing there. If I could focus on this martini, all that text is legible, so that looks pretty nice. I'm gonna assume these are the drivers' names here in the fender. It's pretty hard to read black on red, but yeah, it says M. Shirty. Okay. We look to have like a bullet mirror here. I think that's just a plastic piece, but it's a separate piece. And then we look to have a fuel filler, if I had to guess what that thing is, which I am doing, I am guessing. The window frames here, the molding is all raised, painted black, so that looks pretty nice. This NACA duct is appropriate. I don't know if this is supposed to be a window on the number 21 car. I didn't actually look it up. The number 8 car, it is a window, but the number 22 car, I think this is blanked off with a NACA duct, so they did different things to their cars. Going to the top here, What is this, I wonder? I don't know. But there's a bump. I don't know. There's one wiper blade kind of hanging out there. Yes. And then the tampo printing on the windscreen there. The 21 looks okay. Is this a fuel filler? Maybe there's two tanks. I read that the fuel tank was put in the passenger side, but maybe that was for the 22 car, not the 21. I don't know. Alright, well, Porsche Crest is kind of legible. Nah, it's not really good, is it? It's just an outline, really. Yeah, it's not even... It's just black. Yeah, or I can't tell. I don't see any of the gold that's common in a Porsche logo. Alright, I also feel this tampo printing is a bit off to the right. But, not much I can do about that, sorry. We got a nice texture in here. That's plastic as part of the base. And it's also in these little brake ducts as well. All this printing looks pretty nice. You can see the nice wide body there at the front looks pretty neat. You can also see it has clear headlights, which is nice, and the way they molded the peg looks like a light bulb. And then you can also see there's a chrome surround, so that's really cool for a blister pack Kyosho. If I had to guess, this model cost less than $10 when it was brand new. Okay. This is a bit gappy, I would say. Much better in the rear, so I'm not sure why. I don't know what went wrong with the front when they designed this, but the rear looks pretty race car-ish. I guess this side, no major problems. Looks pretty much the same as the other side. So again, what are there, like 3 fuel fillers or something? Or maybe one of these is an oil filler? We have these vents here, and it's hard for me to tell. I can't even see through this phone screen. But I'm gonna guess that's the black plastic of the interior piece. So that's nice. It's a separate material. You know, it's not part of the casting. It's actually air and then plastic. And then look at this duct here. It's just gonna graft it on. Sadly, it's not very deep, but it is at least on. It's only on this side of the car. Some NACA ducts here. The 21 is interesting. It got cut off here. I don't know if it's supposed to be... Well, look at the 22. It is supposed to be like this. There's not supposed to be anything on the windscreen there. Alright, the Triple K turbocharger there, or I guess Germans call it turbo ladder. Alright, I'm not sure why this is black, but I'm sure it belongs there. And then we have a nice plastic clear taillight with the red turn signal, and I don't know about the backup, I don't see that, but... And then here's the turbocharger, and maybe that's the wastegate, and some other undercarriage details. Or maybe that's the turbo, because it would be driven by the exhaust. Maybe that's the impeller. Oh yeah, maybe this is actually, I'm just now looking at the photograph. No, I think that is, this is the intake side, this is the exhaust side, and then I think that is just supposed to be an exhaust there. And then this must be like a giant, that intercooler. But it would have been nice if Kyosho put some ribs there, because it just looks like an opening. But I'm pretty sure that's the opening for the intercooler. You'll see there's some air passing on the wing here, and the wing is quite wing-shaped, curved on the bottom, curved on the top. Seems to be a separate piece, but it's nicely done. And no graphic on it, but I don't really see any graphics on the other photographs either, so... But they did print the sponsorship there. So I guess that's it for the outside. Let me get the flashlight. Let's see if what we can see inside. It's just gonna be black plastic, but at least it's nicely molded. Right, that's definitely a race steering wheel. No, I don't think there were airbags in cars back then. I mean, 74 maybe. Like, when did Volvo start putting airbags in cars? I'm gonna guess it's the 80s, late 80s, but I don't know. Please leave a comment. You know, this actually has 2 seats, so yeah, this is different. Unless behind this passenger seat, that looks like it could be a fuel tank, right? Which would explain why that seat is so far forward. Okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure when they're racing, no one's sitting in the passenger seat. That's just for like the press and the media and stuff to get a joyride in. It's the driver's side, you know, that we're interested in. And what's weird is there's no headrest, I don't think. I can never get a good lumen count here. I guess that's it. Well, either of them. There's no headrest back in 1974. Okay. Roll cage is part of. I think I feel like this is part of a roll cage, or the windows are so cloudy. It's hard to say. This is obviously a used model. Yeah, it's just the roll cage is really low because it has to be underneath the clear of the top window part. All right, well, they're good enough. Well, let's take a look at a few other Porsche racing cars. This one here is a 911 as well. It's a 934 from 76. It's by Mini Champs. This possibly could have raced at LeMans, maybe? I don't know. I think it was a Nürburgring car, but well, it's pretty neat. It's okay. I don't really like the modern Mini Champs. They just don't look right. I've seen them at my local stores, but so far I'm not going to buy them. They just don't look good. Alright, I prefer the older ones. Sparky, they have this 917K from 1970. And it's interesting the treads that Sparky put on this thing. Alright. But what's not cool about Sparky is the use of decals. Look at this. You see, I brought this up in this review. You just have a decal floating in air, right? That doesn't look realistic whatsoever. And then if you push it down, it's just going to crack. So that's why I haven't done so. But decals are horrible. It really annoys me. It really annoys me. I'm going to keep it complaining. Okay, now Sparky again. We have this 956, is it? A 956B. This one particularly placed third in the 84 Le Mans race. And I just kind of like it because it has Skull Tobacco sponsorship. Skull Dip. I don't know, do they still sell dip? I haven't done that stuff in like 30 years, but that stuff always gave me a headache, and then if I did it too much, I'd probably start throwing up. It's not good for you guys. Is this a Sparky as well? Yeah, Sparky's kind of weird in the fact that they don't even brand the bottom of their models or tell you what it is. It's really strange. So it's a Porsche 919H from 2017. And I guess this is a Le Mans car as well. So, yeah, as racing goes over their new rules every year. You know, everyone's trying to figure out the rules and kind of cheat their way past them to be competitive for the winner. And you can see a lot of evolution here. Alright. And for some reason, this solar spinner doesn't want to spin. Well, this one might be dead. No, it started. Slowest spin ever. Okay, well anyways, it's this is a nice model. I'm glad I got it. Obviously I wish I got the number 22 model, but I just was lucky enough to find this at a store used here. Someone asked, where do I get these things? If you pay money, eBay. Or you go scour a bunch of used toy stores. So I kind of do both. Okay, well, see you guys. I will see you in the next Kyosho video. Bye now.